So I have taken on a challenge and I'm going to post a video every day for 10 days. I'm going to see how things have changed from there and reassess. So sometimes it's really challenging to think that we have any more value to add to what's already out there that is so easily accessible. However, for myself, I think it is just so that I know that I'm not alone in the things that I'm dealing with and going through, because maybe there is something that I'm going through that someone else is dealing with. They could offer support, or I could be supportive to them in whatever situation it is. Well, anyway, I want to give a little bit of where I came from. I was born in northern Utah, lived up there until my dad was killed in an accident when I was close to 8 years old. The year after his death, my mom remarried and we moved south. So we live on the border of Utah and Arizona. We had a community. I had a great, great childhood. It was like the old saying that it takes a village to raise a child. I had that village, and I wanted that for my children. However, things changed as they always do. And I think we now have more online villages of people that are like-minded, that are there to support each other versus in our close proximity. But I had a large family. I was born into it. I was the oldest daughter. And so I had a lot of responsibility. And then when I got married, I had a lot of children. So I continued to have a lot of responsibility. And there are a lot of things that I regret that I wished I would have known, and some things that I am so grateful that I knew. I love a lot of diverse areas, so I will be talking about a lot of different things. I love preserving my own food, knowing what is in the food that I am taking into my body, doing natural health care products. I make my own laundry soap. I am very particular with what is used on my body. I love having my backyard chickens and getting eggs from them, and saving like the kitchen scraps and making compost and seeing the dirt and the soil be replenished, and the food that's grown off of that, how flavorful and how satisfying it is to see the efforts and what it has produced. I do enjoy sewing. I enjoy crafting, all kinds of things. But I would like to talk about a couple of my regrets before I get too far into it. One of the biggest regrets I have is I had no money skills. I had no idea how to budget. I did not know how to use money. I had no mentorship in financial ability, skills, any of that stuff. And that is one thing that I do strive with my children now, is to help them save a little bit of every bit that they bring in. I pay my kids. I also have my kids pay rent. They can do it by doing jobs, a little bit extra than the normal. But where I have people that I pay to come in and help me do extra things, then I offer it to my kids first. If they want to take that opportunity to earn some money, then I pay them cash, and then they in turn pay rent. So hopefully it's a win-win. But I so wished I would have started my own savings account with my jobs before I was married, and just put a little bit away so I had money to work with when I needed it. However, I did not do that. So here I am. I'm doing it now though. And I do have accounts set up for my kids that are still here. I have my 3 youngest ones that are still living with me, and they all have a savings certificate, and they also have their own checking account, but they don't get to use it just yet. Another thing that I really went overboard on that I regret is being a perfectionist. And I don't recommend that. You know, there's times that the dishes aren't going to be clear done, and there's going to be a little bit of dirt tracked on the floor, and the laundry's not folded. But those things, in the long run, they don't even matter. Right now, if I look back over my years of raising my children, I don't remember how many times the kitchen was perfectly clean to my expectations and how many times it wasn't. You know, the things that stand out are the feelings, the emotional things, the times we had a good time together, that we played together. One thing that I loved doing was taking my kids and walking in the puddles after it rained. And I loved doing that before I ever got married, and I still love doing it to this day. We have a creek that flows through the community here, and I like to go there when in the summer and let the kids play in the creek. It's just so satisfying and soothing, and they don't have to have any kind of a device or anything to keep them occupied. They're just in nature, and it's very, very fun. Another thing that I would have done differently had I known was don't rush through everything. Take time to enjoy what you're doing. Be present. Be in the present moment, because my mind would always be going 100 miles an hour, and I was thinking of, I got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to get this kid to an appointment, I've got to be to school for that. And I just look back on it and I think, oh my goodness, I could have slowed down and really had conversations when we were cleaning the kitchen, doing dishes, making food, planning menus, all those things. However, I didn't, because my mind was always going so very fast. So one thing that I would have done is just slow down, just enjoy. Be present with those who are there with you. Another thing was I would have done a lot more fun things than I did. I would have taken time with my children and for myself to just enjoy. Go on more picnics, take walks together, play games outside, do things like that that really brought us together as a family and that we all enjoyed doing. And I know as a mom of many children that is very, very challenging to do. So if there's any moms out there that are listening to this, love those kids. Take the time and invest in them, because that time will come back to you. It is a law of the universe. Whatever you give out will come back. And so take time to just be present. And with that, I'm going to wrap up this video, and I will see you on the next one.